Let me catch my breath. Hi guys, welcome back to the Chemically Imbalanced Black Girl Podcast. This is episode 66 now. If you are a new listener, this podcast is a collection of visual and audio existential crisis thoughts from a chemically imbalanced black girl who just so happens to be me. My name is Zaria. Welcome to the show. Hi besties. Hi friends. I missed you guys so much. I know you guys are getting sick of my ass and all of these breaks that I've been taking for this podcast. I know. I'm going to stop soon. I just really need to talk about it before I jump back in it. But before I get into my topics and stuff like that, I'm sorry if you guys hear purring. Both of my baby cat is nursing on my mom cat, but my mom cat is laying directly on me. So you guys might hear a little bit of that. I'm sorry. But one thing I try to every time I'm feeling down and stuff like that, and I feel bad about myself double now because I'm just damn, I'm not putting out content. I have all these people listening to this podcast now and I feel like shit and I can't put out episodes for them and stuff like that. I have people paying for the Patreon. I haven't put out a Patreon episode in 2 weeks. These people are like, what the fuck is going on, right? Which that is going to stop because, I appreciate you guys and I want to give you guys content no matter how I'm feeling. But this is the good thing that I took out of it. I like that I'm not giving you guys a facade. I really like that my real life emotions come out in my podcast, but not in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? So I like that when I'm feeling bad, I can get on here and say, hey guys, I'm feeling bad. Because, most of you guys are also feeling bad. It's not a time to feel good. You know what I'm saying? It's just not the time in the world to feel good. And I like that we can all collectively feel bad at the same time. Because literally that's the whole point about why I made this podcast. Because just to have somebody to feel bad with. I'm going to talk about some mental health for a little bit because I've been struggling with mine just before we get into the little fuddy-duddy topics. But if you saw my Instagram post, if you follow me on Instagram, it's just the podcast name or CIBG_podcast. I made a story about how I just had randomly a bunch of panic attacks last week or this week, the beginning of this week. I keep forgetting that it's Sunday. And, for you guys who aren't new to the show, what am I trying to say? Yeah, for you guys who are new to the show, if you don't know, I was diagnosed with depression and PTSD, right? I'm not diagnosed with anxiety, but I do experience it. And so at the beginning of this week, I just lost my shit. Hi, mama. It's okay. I'm trying to record my podcast. So the first panic attack I had, this is how I knew the rest of the week wasn't going to be good because it was for nothing. So I was at work and for some reason, y'all, 26 has been making me fall a whole lot. I don't know what the fuck is up with my 26-year-old bones and balance, but a bitch is not I haven't been stable lately. The wind blow the wrong way and I'm falling the fuck over or slipping, and I don't understand how that's happening to me, but it just has. I got bruises all up and down my goddamn legs. But I'm at work and I'm carrying a fucking glass container for candy because I work in a candy factory. So I'm a candy factory. So I'm transporting a glass container for candy down some stairs. Obviously, bitch, I slip and fall down all of those stairs, shatter the fucking glass container. And this is how I knew my week wasn't about to be good because I was only a little hurt. My ankle bent just a little bit, only enough for me to be fuck. You know what I'm saying? But when the pain stopped way before I stopped sliding down the stairs, right? 'Cause I was sliding for a minute. So when I got to the bottom of the stairs, there's glass all on me, my hands bleeding and stuff like that, and my ankle's hurting a little bit. And I just start fucking crying. And I couldn't hold it back. I was like, y'all know, y'all have had a panic attack before. Y'all know that shit where you try to self-soothe and you're and you're trying to stop that shit, but it's just forcing itself out. I could not get that shit together. And it felt so scary not to be able to just get my shit together like that. I was at work, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hurry up, dust this fucking glass off me, sweep it up and get back to work. And I just couldn't it felt like I was dying, bitch. I was full on crying, like snot bubble, everything. So I deal with that, get myself together, even though I wasted like a full, like, I'm not even gonna lie, I was in there for like, I was in the stairwell for like 15-20 minutes trying to like get my shit together, because I don't know about, bless you sorry y'all, my cat was sneezing. I don't know about you guys, but like, I have the type of face that if one singular tear falls, my entire face is fucking swollen and red, right? Like, I have never been one of those people to be like, I wasn't fucking crying. Like, yes, you were, bitch. Yes, you fucking were. Your nose, eyes, red, mouth, and throat are fucking swollen. You were fucking crying. So I had to stay in there to like get my face to like go down and shit like that, so I can pop back into work like, what's up? I wasn't fucking crying. And the second panic attack I had came from me feeling bad, because, and also I've been lashing out lately. I'm gonna talk to y'all about that next. Like, y'all, I'm not lying, like my emotions have been everywhere. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So the last time I talked to you guys about my parents was a few episodes ago, when they, like, right before I got my house, and they like kicked me out of their house, right? And looking back, that was fucked up, but you know, I understand now. And it's hard to go, I chose Zaria chose to go no contact with my parents a little bit before that, but that kind of solidified it. But going no contact with literally the only family you have in a city that you have no idea about, you know, where you didn't grow up, where you don't know anything, where you need certain type of paperwork about yourself, where you just like, I didn't even know that was a fucking thing, you know what I'm saying? Plus I'm adopted, so they literally have all my fucking paperwork that I didn't know I ever needed to see or physically hold in my entire life, right? So I popped back up over there trying to mend some of the jagged edges that we have, right? But then the flip side of that is my parents are also so fucking old that like sometimes I think they forget that we're trying to like mend, you know what I'm saying? That we're trying to like fucking reignite some shit, that we're trying to like fix the bond, because they'll say some shit and I'm just like, now what I say next, right? Now just give me a second, because you said that. So what I'm about to say is going to be justified, because I'm about to dig in that ass. Stop fucking with me. I'm going to tell y'all exactly what happened. I go to my parents' house because I need some paperwork for whatever the fuck, right? It doesn't even matter what the paperwork's for. I need the shit. So my dad is like very, 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 very much into politics. And as you guys have been able to see for 67 episodes, I am very, 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 very not. So whenever this time of year comes around, my dad is just always mad, especially, you know, nowadays. He's just always mad. He's always fucking screaming at the TV and shit, right? Regular old nigga shit. Dad's problem is he doesn't know how to separate what's going on in the world through the TV in his house. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't know when to separate that. And I understand he's old, but, you know. So, this is probably maybe Monday or Tuesday. I walk in. Now, the paperwork, I've already called beforehand. They already know that the paperwork needs to be out and ready, because I'm trying to walk in, hey, grab the paperwork and dip. I'm not trying to linger, right? So they already know the paperwork should be out and ready for me to get there. I walk into the house on some pleasant shit, right? Faking having a good day. I'm like, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? I go, woo, it's hot as fuck outside, because it's been pushing 101 in Florida for some reason. I go, ooh, it's hot as fuck outside. I'm walking past my parents' room, going to the living room to see if my shit is on the table. All I hear, y'all, is... Hold on. All I hear is, oh, you be all right? You better be lucky your little ass even got a job to work in all this heat. So at first, I didn't know he was talking to me. So, because my dad, y'all, no shit, no jokes, he real close to senile, right? He teetering on the edge of senile, right? So sometimes he just be saying shit and we just be like, oh, that nigga just talking. You know what I'm saying? Literal definition of a yapper, right? Sometimes he just say shit and I'm like, that was a physical reaction that he had no part of. You know what I'm saying? That's just his body doing shit. So when I heard I was like, oh, that nigga was definitely talking to me. So I take a couple steps back and I lean back. That nigga looking directly at me. My parents got 2 or 3 or 4 little steps that lead up into their bedroom from the middle of the house. I walk up them steps. I say, who were you just talking to? My dad ain't no bitch. And I'm pretty sure I got my the little bit of aggressiveness I do have, I'm pretty sure I got it from that nigga, because that nigga ain't never back down. He said, bitch, I'm talking to you. I said, oh, shit. I'm not going to tell y'all what I said after that, because I did raise my voice and I was screaming and cussing like that. But we was digging into each other. We was really digging into each other. And a few dyes flew out of my mouth. I'm not going to lie. I cannot sit up here and judge other people on this podcast. And I can't say what y'all did and y'all should be ashamed of yourself. And I can't give y'all the true, negative part about what I be doing and what I be saying. So I was cussing his ass out and he was cussing me out back. And my mom don't cuss, scream, or yell. So she just sitting in the corner just shaking her head like, Jesus, please fix it all. So after I calmed myself down, I left without the paperwork. I got back to my house and realized I didn't have that paperwork. And I also realized that I'm either going to have to call them back or go back over there. It sent me into a fucking spiral because I was just like, I do not want to do this. I do not. Like, my emotions were just like, I shouldn't have cussed him out that bad. You know what I'm saying? My nigga old. I might just let him talk. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Just let him get this shit out. I shouldn't have had that reaction. I shouldn't have let him get me to that point. And then my ego was like, after cussing a motherfucker out, the last thing I want to do is go ask this bitch for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to ask for a favor after me and you was just digging in each other's ass. I don't want to do that. So it was just all of these emotions that I didn't want to deal with, but they were all like forcing their way to the front of my head. And I was just like, yo, what the absolute fuck? And I just broke down. I just broke down crying. I'm in here breathing heavy, my hands shaking, I'm sweating. My cat's looking at me like, bitch, is everything, like, ho, is you cool? Like, are you good? And I just wasn't good, y'all. I wasn't good. And then my third and final panic attack was with my man who's not my man. I know I haven't talked about him in a while with y'all, but girl, oof. Sometimes I wish I could see y'all when I'm telling these stories, because girl, But like, this is what the Patreon is for, because I want to tell y'all what's going on, but it's also his business too. And I just don't want to be putting nobody's business out on the street like that. But anyway, I just had a full panic attack because I know y'all have, or if you haven't, you've seen it before, but have y'all ever had like a situationship where it's just like, okay, so this is so embarrassing, but I promise you guys, I'm not lying. Like, this is the realest podcast you'll ever listen to in your fucking life. But have you ever, just guys and girls, have you ever had a situationship with your other person and you're just like, okay, so if it ain't what it is anymore, can you just kind of tell me? Because like, I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to do this. You know what I'm saying? I can just be by myself. And I technically am by myself because he's not my man, but it's just like, come on. So I like lashed out because there has been a thick amount of time where I've been feeling like that. And I'm just like, so we not going to talk about it. I don't think you finna do nothing about it. So the only option left is for me to fucking lash out. And I did. And then I'm not a lasher outer. So as soon as like I start raising my voice, I start crying because I feel bad at the person I'm yelling at. Like, I shouldn't be yelling at this person because I love this person. The same how I felt with my dad. Like, oh nigga, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna cuss you out for sure. That's for sure gonna happen. That's 100% in the books. But while I'm doing it, like, my body is just like, you should not have to do this to this person. You should not have to get to this point with this person. And I feel bad because you saying some nasty shit to this person that you know you shouldn't be saying, and you know you're probably hurting their feelings. And you know the fact that you hurt their feelings is going to hurt your feelings after you shut the fuck up. But you still got to get it out, though. You still got to get it out. And so after that, I had the final panic attack because it's just like, Zaria, what is going on with you, girl? Like, what's going on really? Like, why can't you get a hold of yourself? Like, why can't you wrap all this shit up? And it's because I'm so used to just being like, oh, well, whatever. I've been through worse. Like, oh, that ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It's cool. Like, oh, shit happens. Or like, of course that would happen to me. Like, I'm always like joking and pushing that shit off. Like, obviously that would happen to me. Like, of course. Like, I'm just so used to like swallowing bad shit, pause, that when my body actually like breaks down and just like, no, bitch, you need to like, ain't no covering this shit up, ain't no wiping your eyes, we good. You need to sit down and feel all of this shit. Like, this is what happens when you keep pushing shit down and pushing shit to the side and not crying and acting like you're not upset and having all these conversations that you want to have being built up and just to not have them and shit like that. Like, literal role playing in the shower about conversations that you want to have just to know you not finna have them. Like, all of these emotions are literally building up. I literally had a Steven Universe moment. Niggas was kicking his ass since the moment he popped out his mom's gym. And he was just like, no, it's cool. We part of the Crystal Gems. This is what we do. We fight for our life every day. Niggas, ain't nobody trying to fight them. They trying to kill you. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely had a Steven. Well, I guess that's Steven Universe future, but I just exploded. I was just like, I cannot keep all of this shit in. I just can't. And so that's when I made the post on Instagram, because I just went outside and I was just like, if I look at another 4 walls, I'm going to rip my fucking head off. So I went outside and I went for a little like walk/jog. I wasn't properly dressed for a jog. So I was like, we're going to walk fast and hopefully the wind start picking up in this bitch. But, and then I saw this tree that I walked past. And for some reason, my mind was like, I bet you can get in that hole and climb it. And I don't know why. I was just like, get in this fucking tree and climb this tree. And it was one of those wax trees, like not a maple tree, but one of those trees. Like, you ever touch a tree and it got like orange shit on it? Like that orange wax. It's not maple. I can't remember what the tree is called. Fuck. And it's not a pine tree. Anyway, it was one of them trees. One of them trees in the where you can kind of like, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, the tree don't matter. But it just looks so climbable. And as soon as I got in that tree, I felt so much better. I was like, I haven't been in a tree since I was like 10, 11. I was like, I forgot how nice it feels to climb a tree, because you forget how much upper body strength you got and shit. You can see like birds and shit up there. You can see like you can see just the city. It's just high as fuck. You know, it just gives you a different perspective on shit. It's just like, wow, bitch need to climb a tree more often. It was really nice. So I just sat there and I just laid in the tree and I just was thinking. I thought I was going to cry, but I didn't. So that's good. But yeah, I was just like, damn, I'm really going through some emotions that I thought were not that deep and were at least ignorable. You know, they were beating my ass left and right. Also, something else I want to say, you know how people call themselves an empath? Stop. How they feel other people's feelings. I think I do that, but I wouldn't consider myself an empath, because I think I only pick up like negative emotions from people. And I used to talk about this a lot in the beginning episodes. Like, Saya, I swear to God, this is a black household. The way my cats don't listen to me is insane. I think I used to talk about this in the earlier episodes about how, like, I just didn't like to be around people who couldn't keep their like emotions at bay. That's so hypocritical that I'm talking about that now when I just lashed out on 3 people. Anyway, I just don't like to be around that, because then I start picking it up. You know what I'm saying? Then it starts to change my, emotional well-being in that moment. But the reason I wouldn't consider myself an empath is because I feel like empathic is like every emotion. When people are happy or sad, and most of the time when people are sad, I just get the fuck out of Dodge anyway, because it doesn't make me sad. I just don't want to see anybody else cry. Like, because I don't know. I've talked about this multiple times. Like, I just don't know how to handle a situation where somebody else is crying. So I know I'm not an empath, because the empath would be like, oh my God, you're going to make me cry. You're not going to make me cry. You're going to make me unfucking comfortable. So I'm going to leave. But I am empathic in anger, which is quite alarming. Don't get me wrong. But like, that's why I'm always saying, like, please fix your attitude when you get around me, because the minute I pick that shit up, it's not, it's no coming back from it. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even me trying to sound intimidating, like, oh, don't get Zarya mad. Don't nobody give a fuck when I get mad. It's just that mine is a stain. Like, yours was a hot moment. My shit is ruining my entire day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't come around me with this stank ass attitude to where I have to ask you what's wrong multiple times, because that third was wrong. Now, nigga, you got to ask me what's wrong, because I don't even know why we mad, but now I'm madder than you are. So now it's what's wrong with me, you know? And I don't like that. I don't like that. That's with friendships. That's with coworkers. That's with everybody. It's just like, don't be mad around me. Or if you are mad around me, be the funny mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell me the story of why you mad. Don't just be acting funny and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, bitch, the first thing I'm going to think is something I did. Even though I didn't do nothing. But I'm just hyper aware like that. I start thinking of our last interactions and shit. Like, what the fuck did I say? Like, shit. You know? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. This is the scrambling point of all of my emotions. All right, let's get into some actual topics. Let's get off of the emotion ship right now. So, in the process of me going through all these emotions, I found food to be my favorite comfort, which I say all the time. You know, eating is one of my favorite things to do. It's definitely in my top 3, next to probably sleep, sex, and animals. Yep. I feel like that's my top 5 at least. So like I said, I found food to be very comforting in this heightened emotional week that I've been having. And I just want to talk to you guys about the way different people consume food. So you guys know I used to be a personal trainer for a while. And back then I used to eat just to look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't eat for pleasure. I ate specifically so I could, like, shit it out and my body would look a certain way. And it would give me the nutrients and shit like that. Like, I was on that boiled chicken and fucking rice. I was eating fucking zucchini, sweet potatoes, and fucking beef. You know, I just ate the same thing every goddamn day. And nothing was seasoned. If it was seasoned, it had like a pinch of salt on it, bitch. And that was it. And it was because I knew that's what I needed to eat to keep the shape that I was in while I was a personal trainer. And hindsight, it didn't even work, because all the people that came in there, it was really just men, obviously, but they would be like, your personal trainer is a woman? Get the fuck out of here. I'd be like, okay, bitch, but look at you and look at me, okay? Who need who? I know I've said that before, but obviously it still triggered me. Anyway, we just eat, and I wouldn't even remember the meal. That's how you know, unromantic my eating experiences were. But now, even when I was a vegetarian, like, I just ate because I was like, this is gonna, when I'm 30 or when I'm 60, I'm gonna fucking be able to do a backflip. Bitch, I can't do a backflip now. So yeah. But now that I'm not doing that anymore, everything I eat, y'all, has to be an experience. Like, does anybody else feel that way? Like, everything I eat needs to be fucking delicious. I feel like, does anybody get pissed off when, like, your food isn't spectacular? Hi, Saya, again. Have you ever been so excited to try something and it's mid? Or, like, the common thing is when you go to a restaurant where you know you like something, but you try to be different and you order something else and that shit is fucking disgusting. That breaks my heart on a whole different level, y'all. Like, I hate when my food's not good. Like, I will always say I have never been a chicken tender eating bitch. Like, restaurants like Zaxby's and Raising Cane's, like, I've wanted to try it because people's like, oh my gosh, the sauce and the bread is so good. But, like, it's sauce, bread, and chicken tenders. Like, it can't be that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate eating food that, like, tastes like a prop. Like, no integrity, no seasoning. It tastes like I'm just supposed to be eating this shit to be alive. Like, I want my shit to be saucy and cheesy, and I want it to be spicy a little bit, and I need that shit to be piping hot every fucking time. You know? Like, it just has to be an experience. I hate eating shit. It's just like, oh, I'm just going to dip this chicken tender into some fucking honey mustard and then I'm going to eat it. Bitch, every chicken tender I've ever had has been the best chicken tender I've ever. It's a fucking chicken tender. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to a establishment and pay for chicken tenders. I'm not. Now, if somebody was to offer me a chicken tender for free, of course I'm going to eat it. You know, every chicken tender is a good chicken tender. It's very hard to fuck up a chicken tender unless it's cardboard with fucking fry on top of it. I don't know, I have to have an amazing meal. And it's not even about the price of it. Like, I know people think that in order to experience fine dining, you have to drop a bill. But I've had a fucking $2 waffle in Amsterdam, and it damn near changed my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about, I guess you have to know where to look, and you have to know what you like in order to consider something to be fine dining. But oh my gosh, that's why I had that chicken episode about like crunchy chicken versus crispy chicken. Y'all know how many black people listened to the episode. It was like, bitch, what black person don't like crunchy chicken? I was like, y'all not fucking listening. I didn't say I didn't like crispy chicken. I didn't say I didn't like my shit to have a little on it. I don't like for all of that shit to be if I'm 3 bites in, the crunch should stop. That's all I was saying. I should not still be crunching as I'm swallowing. Bitch, where's the juicy part? Only the skin need to be crispy. I will die on that hill. Y'all not finna make me feel bad as a black person for not liking crunchy ass chicken. I didn't even talk about that afterwards. So this is my like redemption excuse. The whole chicken should not be crunchy. That's all I'm saying. And I'm gonna stop. But still, people do. I forgot that some people do be frying their chicken hard. And that's nothing but the devil right there. Okay, guys. I'm not gonna wrap the episode up there. Actually, I'm not. I was just looking at the time clock. We haven't even hit 35 minutes yet. So I'm not going to stop it there. But while I did this little cut, if you're listening on YouTube, which I am going to put it on YouTube first, I got a DM maybe 2 weeks ago. Somebody was like, why do you keep putting them on YouTube first? I told you guys, that's the only way to trick you into listening to it on YouTube at all when I don't give video episodes. I still need my YouTube views with the audio episodes, so I keep it on YouTube for like a week, maybe. Ouch! Saya, you're about to piss me off. Sorry. I keep it on YouTube for about a week, maybe a week and a half, just to get all the views I can on YouTube, and then I put it on the audio platforms because I feel like if I put it on the audio platforms first, everybody will listen to it there, and then I don't get as much views on YouTube. This one is going to be on YouTube first. I apologize in advance. Also, this one was supposed to be a video episode, but on the count that I haven't got my hair retwisted and I've been crying for the past week, the face card isn't really giving, it's declinable at the moment. It's declinable. So we're definitely gonna do audio for this one. I don't think we're gonna do audio for the next one. I think the next one will be a video one, but definitely. Oh, I'm so sorry about my cats. I don't have any privacy anymore. Just pretend like it's a toddler running around in the back, just pretend you hear like happy babies. She's like fucking up my couch. I'm so sorry. I'm a mom. But before I do wrap up the episode, I do want to talk to you guys about something, and I think I maybe want to implement it on the Patreon. So I've been trying to find like a hobby lately because I need an outlet that will make me not want to kill myself every time I have a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need something to do so that way if I have an emotional day or a bad day, I can just go do that instead of being like, I should fucking just end it all, And I know that sounds crazy, but like that's literally the problem solved to all of my issues. I'm just like, well, if I just fucking kill myself, I wouldn't have this issue. If I just fucking jumped in some traffic, I wouldn't do this. You know what I'm saying? So I need to find something that makes me feel good so that I know when I'm feeling bad, I can go do this and it'll make me feel good. I thought that was going to be Pilates, but I tried Pilates like the end of last year, and either I just don't like the way they do it in Jacksonville or I don't like it at all. Because the videos I've seen of Pilates was not like the one that I went to. I was just like, when we going to get on some shit? When we going to start? She just had us like stretching and shit. I mean, that sounds like it's just Pilates, but like we won't do Pilates. Like it was like we was doing an introduction to Pilates, and I was like, bitch, that's not what I paid for. Anyway, I don't know. And then like, we in a recession, so like everything costs too much to have a hobby now. You know how niggas used to be regulars at places? But name one spot you were regular at. That's not house or work. Exactly. So I don't know. I just want to see if I can flip my mindset and really use a hobby as an outlet for my bad days or bad emotions, because I don't know. I just really need to stop going to well, bitch, everything will be okay if you just die, because it's not healthy. It's just not healthy. And I'm tired of thinking like that. I think I'm going to make that like a Patreon, thing, like per episode is like, come with me to try this. My cat is digging her face into my armpit. What's going on? So it's gonna be like, come with me to try this, come with me to try this to see if it sticks, or something like that. I think that'll be fun. And it'll just, you guys get to see around Jacksonville. You guys get to see me interact with people even though I really don't want to. You guys get to see me try some new shit. I think that'll be super fun. I'm gonna do it. But on the account of now my cat is biting the inside of my armpit, I'm going to wrap this episode up. I know you guys are listening on YouTube, so please like the video and subscribe if you're a new listener. Even make a comment, please, because that would make me very happy. If you're listening on the audio platforms, if you waited the week and a half and you're listening on there, or if you just wanted to give it a second listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, please rate the show. Please give it a 5 stars. If you think I deserve anything less than 5 stars, do it, but tell me why. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys can get a hold of your emotions, because it's getting hard these days. And I'll see you guys in the next video.